guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a long time since I posted, but anyway, this is an important topic that I want to talk to you guys about. So yeah, let's go. Okay, so recently after so many hospital visits, it's really it's really shouting out to me that it's very important to plan for what ifs lah. So what are the what ifs that can happen, right? Is things that can happen to anyone, anytime, not only people old age or whatever. That's possible due to CI or have an accident, illness, or giving birth. You might actually pass on. Okay, you might actually lose mental capacity, whereby you are still alive. It's just that your brain may be dead, and then you might also be terminally ill and unconscious, and then sometimes whether death is imminent or not is a question mark also lah. Okay, so especially coma nobody knows whether you will survive or not, so that is one of the things that really can happen in life lah, which is the what ifs. Okay, pass away, a lot of people already plan for it, but what I would think most people plan for it, but if you haven't planned for it, do plan for it. Okay, then lose mental capacity, right? Then most people do not actually plan for that. They have no one to manage assets or anything. Okay, there's a special document you can get to help manage assets of people who lose mental capacity. But basically let's delve into it. So all these three situations, okay, which are the what ifs. Okay, so for pass away, right? Okay, definitely it's good to have a written will. If you guys haven't written a will, do make some time to write a will. Okay, especially if you old age, you still haven't made a will, right? Please really just go and make a will. Okay, so with the will, right, you also need to have your schedule of assets. Okay, this is actually the most important thing of the will, because in the will, right, if you don't have a schedule of assets, right, where is the person going to go find your money or your assets? Okay, so this schedule of assets is very important. You should be listing everything that you have, okay, everything that you want to give away. Okay, because if you don't list it properly, for example, you have some stocks and shares in whatever broker, right, but nobody knows about it, then how are they going to get the money from there? Yeah, so this is very, very important. Good to have a written will with scheduled assets. Okay, especially if you do investments without insurance. If you actually do the investments with insurance, right, definitely insurance just pays out and then it's a very simple thing. But if you guys do investing through a broker or whatever, then it's going to be more complicated to get the money for your loved ones when you are gone. Okay, obviously if you pass on, you don't really care about that, but it's just important to think about it as well. Okay, so very important thing is definitely to have insurance policies with sufficient coverage and nomination done. So sufficient coverage differs from people to people. So it's when you pass away, are you the sole breadwinner or not? Or are you just contributing part of your income or whatever? So what you want to leave behind for other people. And definitely if your kids or whatever is or parents, okay, are depending on you for your income or whatever. So insurance policies with sufficient coverage will be very, very important, which is death benefit, very important, and nomination must be done for them to quickly get the money, because actually funeral in Singapore also not cheap. Yeah, just to be honest, not cheap. Okay, so yeah, make sure they have enough money to help you hold your funeral as well. Okay, so just some true or false stuff that you guys can read on. Okay, so if you actually lose your mental capacity, your next of kin will automatically be able to manage your finances. Okay, this is actually false. Okay, so your next of kin cannot automatically have legal authority to manage your affairs. Okay, they need to go and apply to court to be able to manage your affairs, and then when they apply to court, right, they need to go and keep accounts of everything that's happening, which is very troublesome. Okay, so if you have not made an LPA, right, okay, then they cannot automatically have the authority to manage your affairs. So LPA is a lasting power of attorney, so it's very important to have a lasting power of attorney. Okay, so if I had made my will, I do not need to make an LPA. No. So it's the will and LPA is two different things. LPA is when you are still alive, you just don't have mental capacity to make decisions. Okay, so a will only comes into effect after death. So it doesn't matter what you write in a will, they are not going to care. But obviously if you apply to court, then I guess the court will give some for example, you write the will, is all will to your wife, then definitely they will be more able to manage your finances when they apply to court, but still they need to apply to court, and that is also a cost. Okay, and then there could be a situation you are still living and without capacity to make your own decision. For example, coma lah. So in this scenario, an LPA will allow this person, which you call a donee, most likely your wife or your husband, okay, your partner, to step forward to act on your behalf. Whether is it finances, or is it like anything lah, like even like decisions, medical decisions, all these things. Yeah. Okay, after death, then the LPA will be revoked, then the will is coming into effect. Okay, so there are two different things. Okay, so if you are talking about will, right, so if you don't leave a will, then you will have to go through this Intestate Succession Act lah, which is depending on who is left behind, what is the entitlement according to this Intestate Succession Act, which is the law in Singapore. Okay, then yeah, so you guys can take a look if you guys are interested. Okay, then complications without will or no insurance nomination, right, it's like anyone can apply to be an administrator of your assets. So if that happens, right, maybe you have one wife, you got two wives, or I don't know, you got mistress, all these things, right? Yeah, so it's going to be hard for them to actually gain control, the right person lah, to gain control of the asset, and then they will fight all these things, which is very troublesome. Okay, even your brothers, your sisters can also apply to be administrators. Even though you have kids, you have wife, they can all fight. So if like that, right, it's very, very complicated, and then it just becomes a long drawn court case lah, if in case you are rich. But if you're poor, I don't know, maybe some people still want to fight for the limited asset, so depends. Yeah, so as you know, right, if you don't have a wills, nomination, all this, you need two administrators to help with the administration of the will. Okay, and then yeah, anyone can apply lah to help to distribute all this thingy through the Intestate Succession Act, which may cause unhappiness and then delays, all these things. Okay, then even if you have like kids, right, which is minors under 21 years old, right, they need like two guarantors in order to be able to receive monies from, like, for example, wills or nominations or even Intestate Succession Act. So if like imagine if like both parents are already gone, right, who is the one who to be this guarantor? Okay, and then the guarantor is not a good thing. Do you want guarantor means like if they are missing or they get into debt or whatever lah, these two guarantors are responsible for a lot of things. So not many people will willingly be this guarantor. Okay, and especially if you never even talk to this person to be the guarantor for your kids or something. So all this planning is also very important. So yeah. Okay, so just now like I mentioned, if you are still alive, you just lose mental capacity lah. So you can see you should be able to choose while you still have this mental capacity. While you are still watching this video means you have mental capacity. Okay, protect your interests with a lasting power of attorney. Okay, anything can happen that cause you to lose your mental capacity. Really anything. Okay, you should appoint someone that you can trust to act on your behalf if you really lose this ability one day. Okay, so for good to have is lasting power of attorney, like I mentioned, LPA, which is only specific to Singapore assets. So if you guys have overseas assets, then you need to go and look into overseas law. But if you are from Singapore, then definitely only have Singapore assets, most people, right? Okay, then you just have a lasting power of attorney is good enough. Okay, so if you guys didn't know, if you already made an LPA before, you need to revoke the old LPA in order to make another LPA. So let's say you change wife or whatever, you want to revoke the LPA. Yeah, you go and redo the whole process. Yeah, so first you need to revoke the old LPA, then you can redo the whole LPA process. Okay, so without this, like without lasting power of attorney, the next of kin cannot take over the assets unless they are a court appointed deputy. Okay, so court appointed deputy, like I mentioned, need to the administrator or whoever's your next of kin need to go and apply to the court. Okay, and then they need to answer these questions in court lah. Why should they be appointed? Is there any objection from any next of kin, which is maybe your brothers, sisters who want to fight for your assets or what? Okay, what is the kind of power that should be given to this what's it called? Sorry, court appointed deputy. And then very troublesome. Like I mentioned, every year must file like an annual report for this court appointed deputy. Imagine your wife every time buy like vegetables from market, then she need to keep all the receipt. Okay, like sometimes you go wet market buy also no receipt one, then you must file all these like annual report, which is very troublesome. Okay, and also not only troublesome, it also costs a lot for keeping track of all this lah. Okay, so like I mentioned, in reality, if you do not have this lasting power of attorney, right, and you really appoint a court appointed deputy, right, in reality, it can really be very lengthy and very costly. So take 3 to 6 months to be even appointed to even use your assets. And then yeah, so if you need a lawyer to help appoint get this court appointed deputy, right, they charge about $7,000 to $8,000 to help with this lah. And this is I mean, it's around the market rate lah, but it could be more expensive, it could be cheaper slightly. Okay, so things to have also advanced medical directive, okay, and also insurance with a good financial consultant. Okay, imagine if like client is because we have some examples like it's like really a client who wanted to claim a CI policy, but it's like the client is 29 or 46-year-old, can be any years. This is a real example. There's a client who was at this age in a coma, and then the family couldn't claim the CI insurance payout because the person is in a coma, so he cannot sign the CI insurance claim. And then because this person had no LPA, right, okay, didn't have LPA, so they had to wait for a court appointed deputy in order to get the CI money. But you imagine if it's the sole breadwinner, right, who is the one getting the CI, getting into coma, then what the rest of the family going to eat for the rest of the month? They cannot touch the savings of the person who is the sole breadwinner, and they also cannot get their CI insurance payout. So when your financial consultant asks you to do LPA, right, it's really for your own good. It's not for like they earn money from it or what. They don't earn a single cent, okay? Yeah, just letting you guys know. Okay, so please make sure you guys do up your LPA. And then yeah, also it's good to do up a list of financial assets that you can provide to your loved ones. So in case you ever really lose your mental capacity, your loved ones know where to find what assets you have. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so basically this is the very simple LPA form 1 lah. Okay, so you must choose your donee wisely. Most people just choose their spouse lah. Okay, and then if you in the event that your spouse is not available, you should have a replacement donee also. Okay, so for this, right, there is 2 kinds of power that you can give your donee. One is to control your personal welfare, which is your health and body. Then the other one is the assets thing lah. Okay, property and affairs, money and wealth. Okay, so you can give both or you can give one. You can choose which one you want to give. Okay, most people will just give this one lah, but if you, I mean, it's together one, right? You really brain dead already, most likely you give both, right? Yeah, so okay, yeah, so consider who you wish. Okay, so this is like teaching you guys how to actually make the LPA already lah. Okay, so consider who you wish to appoint, and then log into this website. This is the OPGO website. You just go and Google like LPA MSF. Okay, MSF, then you will be able to do your LPA form already. It's online, right? Everything is online. And then to make things I mean, the government is very supportive of people making this LPA. That's why the application fee for Singaporean citizens, right, is waived till 31st March 2026. Okay, so please make use of this waiver to go and do the LPA right now. Okay, so last time if you lodged the LPA before this waiver, right, it's application fee of $75, but right now it is free. Okay, yeah, so yeah, you need to go and tell your donee or your replacement donee that you wish to appoint them, and then route this LPA to them. Okay, so this LPA they need to go and accept through their SingPass or whatever. Okay, then when all your donee have accepted, then you have to go and visit a doctor or lawyer to prove that that's why they call a certificate assure, to have your LPA form certified through the digital signing. So you can just call a clinic that is able to certificate issuer. You just go and search on the website. Okay, call down the clinic and then ask their prices, and then head down and tell them you want to do LPA certificate to be certified lah. Okay, so upon certification, then the LPA will be submitted, and then that's all. So if no objections are received, usually nobody objects to this kind of thing. Okay, and during the mandatory 3-week waiting period, then the LPA will be registered already lah. Okay, so if in case you are like single and you don't have a spouse, or you really don't have anyone that can help be your donee, okay, you can consider appointing a professional donee lah. Okay, so for this professional donees, they have to make a strict criteria and also pass a certification course. They include like lawyers, healthcare, and social service professionals. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so they can also be helped to be the court-appointed deputy if someone didn't make LPA. So yeah. Okay, so definitely fees will apply lah, because since you don't have someone to help you, then fees will apply for engaging a professional deputy or donee lah. Okay. Okay, so this is just sharing more about how to actually use the lasting power of attorney in Singapore. Okay, so in the case, because we always talk about making LP, then nobody talks about how to actually use it, because they only care about how to use it when it actually happens, right? But never mind, let's share with you guys how to actually use this LPA. Okay, so once like, for example, you are a donee of someone and somebody already lose the mental capacity, okay, to activate this LPA, you need to take this person who in coma or whatever lah, to a registered doctor to obtain a medical certificate that says that the mental health is not there. Okay, and then yeah, you need to bring the LPA with you when taking the donor to the doctor. Okay, then and then you approach the relevant institution for the transaction you want to carry out. So this also states the example. Usually you approach the bank, then you be prepared to present LPA. Okay, and then other documents like, so maybe the person's NRIC or the completed medical report form from here. Okay, yeah, so definitely call ahead when going down. If not, later you go down for nothing. Okay, for banks, you might need to bring a medical report obtained within the last 6 months. Okay, then if it's called covenant, maybe not lah. Okay, so the institution will help you to verify the validity of this LPA, and then once it's valid, they will allow you to carry on the transactions on the donor's behalf lah. Okay, so like I mentioned, they have expanded this fee waiver, and then note that no refund. Okay, so for if you are a foreigner, then also consider lah. I mean, it's not a very expensive price, right, for doing all this, but it's not completely free, because even though lodging the application is free, right, okay, you still need to pay a professional fee when you engage a certificate issuer lah. No doctor will charge you free, right, to certify this. Okay, so doctors and lawyers will charge you a fee to witness and certify your LPA. Okay, so you can visit the list of LPA certificate issuers here if you need to. Okay, and then like I mentioned just now, if you want to make a new LPA, first you need to revoke the old LPA. So yeah, you can read the oh yeah, sorry, this one is not about that. This one is actually about like when is the LPA actually revoked, because the person maybe recover his mental capacity, then you can revoke the LPA. Okay, then if you want to let me see. Oh yeah, so if LPA was made, then actually got people believe that undue pressure was applied to create this LPA, and then the donee does not behave in a good interest of the donor, then someone else can actually apply to leave an LPA. Okay, but that is very rare lah, because need to prove like really all these things happen. Okay, and ill treat. So donee also cannot ill treat the donor nah. Okay. Okay, then we come to the very, very last situation whereby one is like terminally ill and unconscious, like coma, and death is imminent. This is the portion where AMD becomes more relevant. So if you guys don't know what is AMD, it's not the stock market AMD, the computer part is not. Okay, it's called the Advanced Medical Directive Act. Okay, so it's a legal document that one signs in advance to inform the doctor that in the event of really like coma going to die already, right? Okay, that one does not want to prolong their life anymore. They just want to die lah. Means I want to end my suffering. I cannot speak to you, but I want to end my suffering. Okay, so Yeah, so these are the forms to actually make the AMD. So because actually if you are really super ill in coma and then really going to die, right, you don't want to waste more medical resources, you don't want to waste more money, you want to leave behind more for your loved ones, all these things, right? So yeah, AMD might be relevant to you, but it depends on your belief also. So if for you, you think you still got fighting chance or whatever, then you don't make this AMD. But AMD is only for those who like, if they really know they are in coma and this doctor very certified that this person most likely cannot make it already, yeah, then they will choose to end the life-sustaining treatment. Okay, yeah. So this is the form that you will need to get the doctor to fill up. Actually, you write all this, then the doctor will fill up the rest. Okay, so for you, not the doctor fill up. It's just that the doctor will be the witness lah. So there's two witness that you need to have to make this form. First witness must be a doctor. So yeah, maybe next time you see doctor, you ask the doctor help you to be the witness. And then second witness, okay, you can just find anyone from the clinic. Don't find like your relative. So all these witness cannot be a relative or anything. It must be like not related to you. Okay, so not your friend, not your friend maybe can lah, but not relative. Okay, so AMD is like free to register. Okay, you guys can register for this AMD. Okay, so AMD only comes into effect when you fulfill all three conditions. Really suffer from illness, and then terminal. Terminal means going to die within the next 12 months. Okay, and require extraordinary life-sustaining treatment. Unconscious and incapable of expressing rational judgment. Okay, it's a very it's like must be all this. Okay, fulfill all these three conditions, then AMD will come into effect. So the doctor has reason to believe that the patient fulfills all three conditions, then the doctor will certify that go and search for this AMD, whether this person wants to continue this treatment or not. Okay, so if the search is done and then a AMD was registered, right, then after that the doctors will still need to get opinions of two other doctors before they remove the life-sustaining treatment. Okay, so in this, right, you can see it needs to obtain an opinion of other two doctors, and all three doctors, right, must certify that the terminal illness is a terminal illness. That means will die very soon. And then of these three doctors, two must be specialists. Okay, specialist is this definition. And then if two other doctors both agree that it's terminal already, right, then the AMD can come into effect. Okay, so it's not very easy for the AMD to come into effect lah. But in case this ever happens, it's good to plan for the what ifs lah. Yeah. Okay, so while sharing about all these things, it's all about like estate planning lah. So it's like not only about estate planning, it's also about what you want to plan for in life, like just life in general. But let's just share more about more of the asset sides, which is these are the tools that you can make use of. Okay, family office, prenuptial agreement only for rich people, I guess, mostly. Okay, trust or like a business succession agreement, especially for business owners. Okay, LPA everyone should do. Okay, AMD also everyone should do. Okay, advanced care plan or like insurance everyone should get. Also investment, okay, and will. So these are all the estate planning tools that is in your, like, to let you guys know that it's out there lah. Okay, so if you don't know when you actually need it and you can't have it when you need it. This is describing like insurance, LPA, all these things. Yeah, so you don't know when you need it. Like really, nobody knows when you need it. You can predict when you need it, right? Then you can be the god already, or like, I don't know, someone up there. Okay, yeah, and you can't have it when you need it. So if you don't do it in advance, you can't have it when you need it. So doing so will prevent like confusion, complication, and conflict. Okay, so it will also help to save money and time lah. Whether the money and time is for your family or for your loved ones, either way, it's it's not very hard to do these documents, right? Okay, so if you guys haven't done it, I hope this is a good reminder for you guys to start doing it. Yeah, so meanwhile, okay, that's all for today. Okay, so if you have survived thus far, yeah, congratulations. I hope you got some new knowledge from today's sharing. And then yeah, because I'm very busy with streaming and many other stuff, okay, I don't really have time to create more financial content for you guys. But if you guys are my clients, definitely I'll give you guys like the best advice ever lah. Because I really genuinely care for you guys, and I believe my knowledge is not that bad, because I believe I study a lot in finance and math for you guys. It's not really math, it's just like finance concepts, and then I'm a very conceptual person and honest and a straightforward person lah. So if that's what resonates with you, feel free to reach out to me as well. Okay, I hope I can help impact your lives better in the way that you guys have sufficient needs if you need it. Okay, so yeah. Okay, that's the end for today. Yeah, see you guys next time. Bye bye. Oh yeah, please remember to like and subscribe. Bye.